you've gone to any baseball game, you definitely hear that song. And we're talking baseball this morning here on Palmetto Mornings.
Talking baseball.
This is right up Coach Joe Hudak's lane, so to speak. We want to welcome everyone here. If you're listening to us on FM 100.1, AM 1340, the free WRHI app, WRHI.com, and of course on CN2, that's Comporium Cable Channel 102, as well as Facebook Live, X, all the other major social media platforms. Simply search for WRHI and CN2. It's always great. We can catch up with Coach Joe Hudak. He is here because the Kingsman Baseball, it is about to get underway this week. And good morning to you, Coach.
Good morning, Lucas. Always great to be back with you guys.
Love having you here. And I'm so glad to know that we're kicking off another season of the Kingsman Baseball. Now, let's take our listeners, if we can, back in time a little bit. Kind of give us the brief history to where we are today.
Yeah, I started it was Pride Baseball back in the day. I worked for the Piedmont Pride Fellowship of Christian Athletes after I left Winthrop Baseball, and wanted to start a faith-based summer college team, and started under the umbrella of FCA, and so we were the Piedmont FCA, so we called it the Piedmont Pride after a Pride of Lions. And in 2016, I left FCA and started my own ministry, right? And it was Pride Baseball. And we changed the name in 2021 to Kingsman Baseball because we're the Kingsmen. And, it's a faith-based summer college team. We bring kids in from all over the country, play baseball. We have Bible studies. We go to church together, and we take them on a mission trip at the end of the summer to the Dominican Republic. So it's an outstanding, amazing, life-changing year for our players.
I mean, you've got personal stories where you've said that these men, their lives have been completely changed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And when you go to the Dominican Republic, it changes everything about your life. It changes your perspective. It changes everything. You see the people down there are so happy, and they have nothing, and we have everything up here, and we're miserable. Right. Oh, I don't have the right phone. I don't have the right pair of shoes. Well, they don't have shoes, so it's just, and you see how happy they are, right? And so it's and our whole goal is we don't try to force any beliefs on our guys. We don't require them to be Christians or anything, but we do have Bible studies, and our goal is to help them understand what it really means to be a Christian, that it's, it's not rules and regulations and do's and don'ts, but it's a personal relationship with Christ. So,
well, that's a great message that we all need. We joked a minute ago that I've been on my Christian soapbox this morning, but it's like it's your compass, right?
Yeah,
it's your North Star. It should be the center of your life, and then the outer rings complement it.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes our compass is doing the thing where it just spins around and it doesn't know what direction it is. But if you have Christ the center of your heart, it guides you north. He's your north compass.
Absolutely. And in our lives, most of the time we're in the center of our lives. That's the only thing that matters. Everything revolves around us. So.
And what I think is so great about this too, Coach Hudak, is I think we've kind of lost sight in the authority and family and men being head of the households because a lot of these men don't know how to step up and do that, so that they have coaches like you who, of course, yes, you love baseball and you want to help them and coach them with that, but you're also walking alongside with them and coaching them on how to be a good, godly man. And I think that that's something that we're lacking in our society.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In fact, if you look at our mission statement, it's to help guys use baseball, the great game of baseball, to help guys grow in their faith, right? Help them be the best baseball player they can be, but also, to your point, it's to help them grow into men of character and integrity. We're concerned baseball's going to end for them. It ends for all of us at some point. The question is, what kind of a man are you going to be? What kind of a husband? What kind of a father? And so our hope is that we can help them, grow into good men as well as good baseball players.
I think it's fabulous.
We're speaking with Coach Joe Hudak. He's with the Kingsman Baseball, proudly competing for Christ. It's kind of like your tagline here
that is,
on your website. The first pitch will be thrown out this Wednesday?
Wednesday night, okay. At York Comprehensive High School, 6:30.
And that's where most of the games are held, home here? Yeah. That's your home base?
That's our home field. We have, there are a couple of games. Actually, this coming Saturday, we're playing at Northwestern because York is being used for a tournament. And then there's a game in July, I think, also that we'll be playing at Northwestern. So, people at York Comprehensive have been fabulous for us. Joey Moore's the AD there. Great guy. He's actually retiring this year. I didn't know till I saw him the other day. But they've been great to us. It's a great facility. And, it's just been great for us. The people of York County have really welcomed our team and supported us by attendance, by giving us some finances. We're a faith-based 501c3, so we do everything we do by raising money. We raise every penny that we spend. So people of York County have been great.
So obviously you're encouraging folks here in the listening audience, York, Lancaster, Chester counties, to come and see these guys in action all throughout the summer. It starts on Wednesday, June the 5th. It looks like you go all the way through about a month before you head to the Dominican.
Yep. We'll play about 20 or 25 games here in the Carolinas from now until July 8th, and then July 9th we hop on a plane and head to the Dominican. It'll be my 17th team that I've taken to the Dominican, and it's just a phenomenal trip. It's life-changing for our guys. And so we'll be down there for 12 days. We'll play a few games, 4 or 5. Most of our time we'll be doing ministry. We visit a couple of orphanages. We'll go to a school, and we'll just go into sugarcane villages and play with the kids and take bags of food. We do some projects. We painted a church one year. We built a bathroom for a church another year. We helped build a pastor's home 2 consecutive years. It takes about 5 or 6 years to build a house down there because you don't get loans. They don't give you loans. You don't have money to get loans. And so you save up and you build what you can, and then you save up and you build what you can. And so we enjoyed helping to build. It was neat the last time I went down to actually go to that pastor's house, and it was finished, and he was so excited. And so it's a great trip for us.
And I'm sure you'll be playing some baseball
while
you're down there too.
and as you might imagine, the baseball players down there are pretty darn good. You can see why they're so good, and that's all they do. If you go past a youth baseball field at 8 o'clock in the morning, they're playing. You come back that same field at 8 o'clock at night, they're playing. Because really that's the only way off the island for them. That's the young men, especially. That's what they do.
Well, speaking of young men, Coach, how do you recruit these young men as part of the Kingsman baseball team, and then where do they stay while they're here?
Well, we've got this year we've got about we'll end up having with about 24 guys from 8 or 10 different states. We got a kid from Minnesota, right? We've had kids from California. So we recruit them. I still have a lot of contacts, in the college coaching arena. Our players are actually our best recruiters. If a kid plays for us in the summer, he's going to have a really good time. So when he goes back to school the next year and there's maybe a freshman that comes in and, hey, where's a good place to play? They have good things to say. So, and then sometimes kids just recruit us. They go online and they're looking for a faith-based summer team. There's only 4 of us in the country that are faith-based. And so, sometimes they recruit us. And so it's, a variety of ways, but the Lord always brings us great guys. They got here. They got into town Saturday night. We had our first meeting. Went to church Sunday morning. Had practice yesterday, and we got 2 more practices, and then we play. So it's a whirlwind for sure.
And then they stay with host families.
They stay with host families for the most part. If we can't get enough host families, like this year we got a couple of Airbnbs for the month and a half that we're here. But we've had 4 or 5 host families that have stepped up, and that's the easiest and the best way to. And it's a chance, I think, for a family to actually impact a kid's life. They're there for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and you really have a chance to impact them. And so you hear stories of kid families that have hosted kids over the summer, like 6 years ago, and they're still in contact with them, and they still go watch them play ball and stuff. And so it's pretty amazing, yeah.
Well, I think going back to Ashley's point earlier, society, especially for these young men, they tell them what athletes are supposed to look like, the lifestyle they're supposed to live, how they're supposed to dress, the influence they're supposed to have. And this seems like it kind of strips that away and kind of shows them that there are other positive stereotypes that don't get as much publicity, that have a greater impact on your day-to-day life than the other flashy lifestyle.
Absolutely. And actually, it's interesting you say that, because tomorrow will be our first Bible study, first chapel, and it'll be on there's a song called "The Voice of Truth," and the whole meaning of the chapel and the Bible study is that there are so many voices out there that are talking to our young men. This is what you should do to be successful. You need to look like this. You need to act like that. You need to do that. And just so many voices. I'm glad I'm not living as a young person during this time. It's tough. And so what we try to tell them is, hey, there's another voice out there, right? That's a voice of Christ, who's trying to help you live a different type of life, and where things are more important, not just what other people, social media is so bad today, and they're so concerned about what somebody says about them on social media, and that they don't even know that person, and so, that's what we're trying to get them to do over the course of the summer is, hey, we'd like you to choose to listen to the voice of Christ and not all these other voices.
I applaud you for providing a platform for these young men to do so. All right, so check out the Kingsman Baseball. The best thing for folks to do if they want to get a handle or a hand on that schedule, Coach, is it to go to your website?
Kingsmanbaseball.org. They can get all things Kingsman Baseball there, our schedule, our roster, our stats, our missions. They can donate if they want to donate. Again, we're faith finance, so if they want to donate, there's a donate button there. All of it goes towards our mission trip. So, we'd love to have them come out and watch us play. That's one of the things. We live here. We're living basically in Rock Hill. We're playing over in York, and so we don't get the best of crowds, but it'd be great just to come out and see our guys play. There's a great group of guys playing hard, and we play to win. You know me, Lucas. You've known me for a long time. If we're keeping score, man, we're playing to win.
You don't like to lose. That I do know.
That's also something that society tells them. So that's good. You got to know how to win and lose.
Right. That is very true. Well, Coach Joe Hudak, it's always great catching up with you. Thank you again so much for providing this platform for these college-age men to show them that there is another path in life, maybe contradictory to what another path that they've been told to go on, and giving them an opportunity to spend time here in our community for about a month and then do some international work as well. And I just applaud you all for doing that. So thank you so much, Coach.
I appreciate it. Always good to be here.
Likewise.
Thank you so much.
You're like our favorite shirt. You just fit perfectly.